Imagine a landscape so vast, so devoid of human presence, that the nearest town feels like a distant memory. A journey measured not in miles but in hours of solitary driving across unforgiving terrain. Picture a life defined by the raw elements, by the rhythm of the land, where the hum of an engine is often the only constant companion, and the notion of cutting-edge technology seems as alien as a spaceship landing in your backyard. We often envision the future of innovation unfolding in bustling metropolises, in sleek, glass-encased laboratories, or within the vibrant pulse of Silicon Valley. But what if the most profound transformations, the most unexpected breakthroughs in human connection and personal liberation were to occur not at the heart of technological hubs, but at the very edge of civilization? Consider the quintessential image of remote living, the solitary rancher, dependent on a trusty, albeit aging, vehicle, a workhorse powered by fossil fuels, a symbol of resilience in the face of isolation. This vehicle is more than just transport. It's a lifeline, a link to supplies, a tenuous bridge to the outside world. Yet, it's also a constant source of vulnerability, prone to breakdowns, demanding precious resources, and often reinforcing the very solitude it seeks to alleviate. The journey to anywhere becomes an ordeal, a testament to endurance rather than a pathway to connection. The very infrastructure that supports modern life-charging stations, high-speed internet, readily available services is conspicuously absent. How then could a piece of technology designed for urban efficiency, for seamless integration into smart grids, possibly find relevance, let alone transformative power, in such an environment? This isn't a hypothetical thought experiment for some distant future. It's a question that challenges our assumptions about progress, about accessibility, and about the very nature of human connection in an increasingly interconnected yet paradoxically isolated world. We are living through an era where the divide between the technologically advanced and the geographically remote appears to widen, creating pockets of profound digital and logistical disparity. Yet, beneath the surface of this perceived chasm lies a fascinating potential: the capacity for innovation to leapfrog conventional barriers, to bridge distances not just physically, but emotionally and socially. What if the solution to profound isolation, to the daily struggle for basic connectivity, arrived not as a gradual improvement, but as a sudden, almost surreal intervention, a whisper of the future in the midst of the timeless past? This is the intriguing proposition we will explore: how the very tools that define our modern age, often dismissed as impractical or irrelevant in extreme conditions, might hold the key to unlocking new possibilities for those living on the fringes. We often focus on the grand narratives of technological advancement, the global impact, the economic shifts, the scientific breakthroughs. But what about the intensely personal narratives? The individual transformations that occur when a piece of future-forward technology intersects with a life seemingly stuck in time. This script delves into the surprising ways that pioneering innovation, embodied by something as seemingly simple as a vehicle, can dismantle the psychological and physical barriers of remote living, fostering reconnection and reigniting the spark of possibility in the most unexpected corners of our world. We're not just talking about cars. We're talking about catalysts for profound human change, challenging the very notion of what remote truly means in the 21st century. To truly appreciate the potential impact of such a shift, we must first understand the historical context of remote living and the role transportation has played in shaping human settlement and interaction. For centuries, humanity's reach was limited by the speed of foot or beast. The advent of the horse-drawn carriage dramatically expanded the range of travel, allowing for the establishment of isolated outposts and the development of vast agricultural lands far from established towns. These early forms of transportation, while primitive by today's standards, were revolutionary, enabling resource extraction, trade, and the formation of communities in previously uninhabitable territories. The challenges, however, remained immense. Long travel times, vulnerability to the elements, and the constant threat of mechanical failure or natural obstacles. The very act of living remotely inherently meant a trade-off in terms of access and connectivity. The 20th century brought the internal combustion engine, transforming the landscape of rural America and beyond. The automobile and the pickup truck became indispensable tools for farmers, ranchers, and anyone living beyond the reach of rail lines. These vehicles, robust and relatively simple to maintain, became symbols of self-reliance, extending the practical radius of daily life from a few miles to dozens, even hundreds. They enabled regular trips to distant towns for supplies, emergencies, and even social interaction, gradually lessening the stark isolation that once defined such existences. However, this liberation came with a new set of dependencies on fossil fuels, on a sprawling network of roads, and on the availability of mechanics and spare parts. For those in the most extreme remote areas, these dependencies could still prove challenging, making every journey a calculated risk and every breakdown a potential crisis. The idea of off-grid living, in terms of energy and connectivity, remained a persistent reality for many, even as the rest of the world became increasingly interconnected. The infrastructure of the past, built around gasoline stations and repair shops, became deeply entrenched, making any radical departure seem not just impractical, but almost unthinkable for those whose livelihoods depended on established systems. The slow adoption of truly new technologies in these areas wasn't just about cost. It was about trust in what worked, in what was proven against the unforgiving realities of the wilderness. This brings us to the core of modern vehicular innovation. The electric vehicle, or EV. Unlike their fossil-fueled predecessors, EVs operate on a fundamentally different principle. Instead of burning fuel, they convert electricity stored in large battery packs into mechanical energy to power electric motors. This shift brings a host of distinct advantages: instant torque for powerful acceleration, significantly reduced operating cost due to cheaper electricity compared to gasoline, and zero tailpipe emissions, contributing to cleaner air. Advancements in battery technology have been exponential, leading to increased energy density, meaning more range per charge and faster charging capabilities, with some vehicles capable of adding hundreds of miles of range in mere minutes at high-speed charging stations. EVs are not just cars. They are sophisticated, software-driven platforms, capable of receiving over-the-air updates that improve performance, add features, and even diagnose issues remotely. This connectivity turns them into mobile computing devices, integrating seamlessly with navigation, entertainment, and even vehicle-to-grid (V2G) capabilities, where the car can potentially feed power back into a home or grid during peak demand or outages. This concept is particularly revolutionary for remote areas, offering a potential solution to energy insecurity. Consider the practical implications for someone living far from conventional services. An EV's fewer moving parts mean less frequent maintenance compared to a traditional internal combustion engine vehicle, a significant advantage when the nearest mechanic is hours away. The quiet operation reduces noise pollution, preserving the tranquility of natural environments. Furthermore, the burgeoning ecosystem of renewable energy, particularly solar power, offers a compelling pathway for remote charging. A rancher, for instance, could install solar panels to charge their EV, effectively creating an energy-independent transportation system, free from the fluctuations of fuel prices and the need for long trips to the gas station. This transforms the vehicle from merely a mode of transport into an integral part of a self-sustaining lifestyle. The integration of advanced driver assistance systems, ADAS, and even autonomous driving features, while still evolving, promise enhanced safety and reduced driver fatigue on long, monotonous stretches of road. These vehicles represent not just an evolution in personal transport, but a paradigm shift in how we conceive of energy, mobility, and connectivity, even in the most challenging and isolated terrains. The broader implications of electric vehicle adoption, especially in traditionally remote or underserved areas, extend far beyond individual convenience. Economically, it can lead to a significant reduction in personal fuel expenses, freeing up capital for other necessities or investments. On a larger scale, it could stimulate the development of localized charging infrastructure, potentially creating new job opportunities and fostering small businesses even in rural communities. Environmentally, while the manufacturing of batteries presents its own challenges, the operational absence of tailpipe emissions contributes directly to improved air quality and reduced carbon footprints, aligning with global sustainability goals. Socially, increased mobility can profoundly impact the quality of life for remote populations. Enhanced access to healthcare, education, social events, and even emergency services can mitigate the effects of isolation, fostering stronger community ties and reducing the psychological burden of being cut off. From a psychological perspective, owning a cutting-edge EV in a remote setting can be incredibly empowering. It represents a tangible connection to the future, a personal stake in global technological progress, and a sense of overcoming traditional limitations. The reduced anxiety about breakdowns, the quiet confidence of a reliable and efficient machine, and the knowledge that one is part of a larger movement towards sustainable living can significantly boost morale and encourage a more outward-looking perspective. This technology acts as more than just a means of transport. It becomes a bridge connecting individuals to resources, opportunities, and a broader sense of belonging that might have been previously unattainable. It challenges the long-held notion that remoteness must equate to technological backwardness or perpetual struggle, demonstrating how innovation can leapfrog established barriers and redefine what is possible for those living on the fringes of conventional society. This integration of future tech into a past-oriented lifestyle isn't just about efficiency. It's about redefining self-sufficiency and broadening horizons in ways once unimaginable. Despite the compelling advantages, the integration of electric vehicles into remote, rugged environments is not without its challenges and common misconceptions. Perhaps the most pervasive myth is range anxiety, the fear of running out of battery charge in the middle of nowhere, miles from a charging station. This concern is amplified in vast, sparsely populated regions where infrastructure is scarce. While EV ranges have dramatically increased, often exceeding 300 miles on a single charge, the sheer distances between settlements in places like the American West can still make long-haul trips daunting without careful planning. Another significant hurdle is the perceived lack of robust charging infrastructure. Unlike the ubiquitous gas station, dedicated EV charging points remain relatively rare outside urban and suburban corridors. This necessitates creative solutions, such as relying on slower Level 2 charging at homes or businesses, or the strategic placement of solar-powered charging stations in key remote locations. The durability of high-tech vehicles in harsh conditions also sparks debate. Concerns arise over how sensitive electronics and battery packs will withstand extreme temperatures, dusty roads, and rough terrain. While modern EVs are engineered to be resilient, the perception persists that they are too delicate for demanding ranch or wilderness work. Furthermore, the initial purchase cost of a new EV can be a significant barrier for many, especially those operating on tight budgets. In rural economies, even if long-term operating costs are lower, beyond practicalities, there are also broader controversies surrounding the green credentials of EVs, including the environmental impact of battery mining and disposal. and the source of the electricity used for charging. Addressing these challenges requires not just technological innovation, such as more robust vehicle designs and portable charging solutions, but also a shift in mindset. Overcoming the psychological barrier of adopting new, unfamiliar technology for those accustomed to generations of internal combustion engines often requires direct experience and visible success stories to build trust and demonstrate practical viability against entrenched traditions. In conclusion, the journey from isolation to connection, facilitated by the unexpected arrival of cutting-edge technology in the heart of the wilderness, serves as a powerful testament to the transformative potential of innovation. We've explored how the historical challenges of remote living, once defined by the limitations of traditional transportation, are being redefined by the advent of electric vehicles. These aren't merely efficient machines. They are catalysts for profound change, offering not just improved mobility and reduced operating costs, but also a renewed sense of connection to a broader world. The integration of sustainable energy solutions, like solar power for charging, further empowers individuals in remote areas, granting them an unprecedented level of energy independence and resilience. The story underscores that the future of technology isn't exclusively for the bustling city centers. Its most impactful transformations may occur in the most unexpected and challenging environments. It demonstrates that the human spirit's enduring need for connection, for breaking free from the shackles of isolation, can find an unexpected ally in technological advancement. A vehicle in this context transcends its utilitarian purpose to become a symbol of hope, a bridge to new possibilities, and a tangible manifestation of unexpected kindness. It reminds us that vision and innovation, coupled with a belief in the potential of individuals, can dismantle seemingly insurmountable barriers. Ultimately, this narrative leaves us with a compelling question. If a single act of technological intervention can so dramatically alter a life on the fringes of society, what other unseen connections and unforeseen transformations await us as innovation continues to unfold in the quiet, vast corners of our world? It reinforces the enduring value of curiosity, the power of embracing the new, and the profound impact that a single spark of possibility can have on the human experience. The immediate shock of acquiring such an advanced machine quickly gave way to a fascinating process of adaptation, a daily immersion into a world Jake had previously only glimpsed on television screens. He wasn't just driving a new car. He was learning a new language of mobility. The initial silence of the electric motor, a stark contrast to the familiar roar of his old pickup, initially felt unnerving, almost as if something were missing. However, this quietude soon transformed into a profound appreciation for the sounds of his own ranch, the rustle of the wind through the sagebrush, the distant lowing of cattle, the crunch of gravel under the tires. This newfound auditory clarity wasn't merely pleasant. It shifted his very perception of his environment, allowing him to connect with the landscape on a deeper, more intimate level. He discovered that the regenerative braking system, which converted kinetic energy back into battery power, wasn't just an efficiency feature. It became a subtle, engaging challenge, encouraging a smoother, more deliberate driving style that felt less like a chore and more like a meditative practice. Beyond the driving experience, the vehicle's integrated technology began to subtly reshape his daily routines. The large central display, initially intimidating, became a window to information previously inaccessible or cumbersome to obtain. Weather forecasts for distant ranges, satellite maps with real-time traffic, though sparse on his roads, and even streaming audio content started to fill the quiet hours that once echoed with only his thoughts. This wasn't just about entertainment. It was about connectivity, about feeling less isolated from the broader world. Consider how this impacts the daily grind. No longer was a trip to town punctuated by anxiety. over fuel stops or potential breakdowns. The Tesla's remote diagnostic capabilities, its over-the-air software updates, provided a novel sense of security and reliability. This wasn't just about convenience. It was about shifting from a reactive, problem-solving mindset to a proactive, informed one, freeing mental bandwidth previously consumed by logistical worries. Furthermore, the Tesla became an unexpected social catalyst. Initially, neighbors and occasional visitors were simply bewildered by its presence. Their curiosity, however, quickly evolved into genuine engagement. No longer was Jake just the solitary rancher. He was the man with the futuristic car, a walking, or rather driving anomaly. This novelty became a conversation starter, drawing people to his remote property who might otherwise have passed him by. Local mechanics, initially skeptical, found themselves intrigued by its engineering, prompting discussions that branched into shared interests and surprising common ground. These interactions, born from sheer curiosity about the vehicle, gradually chipped away at Jake's long-standing isolation. He found himself explaining the charging process, demonstrating the rapid acceleration, and even sharing insights on the emerging world of electric power, becoming an unlikely ambassador for a technology that seemed so out of place. The practical utility of the Tesla also extended beyond mere transportation in ways Jake hadn't anticipated. Its robust battery, while primarily for propulsion, provided a significant power reserve. On one occasion, a localized power outage, a common occurrence in his remote area, left his small ranch without electricity. Resourcefully, Jake realized the car's substantial battery could provide temporary power for essential tools and even a few lights, transforming the vehicle into an impromptu silent generator. This unexpected capability underscored a deeper truth about modern electric vehicles. They are not just modes of transport, but mobile energy hubs, capable of integrating into and supporting off-grid lifestyles in ways traditional vehicles simply cannot. This revelation reinforced his growing sense of self-sufficiency, but now augmented by cutting-edge technology rather than solely by brute force and traditional methods. Consequently, Jake's identity began to subtly transform. He was no longer solely defined by his perceived limitations or his arduous solitude. The Tesla, a symbol of progress and forward thinking, imbued him with a renewed sense of agency. The once dreaded long drives became opportunities for contemplation and enjoyment, the silence of the cabin fostering a sense of peace that had long eluded him. He started venturing further afield, not just for necessities, but for exploration, for the sheer joy of the journey itself. This expansion of his physical world naturally led to an expansion of his social world. He reconnected with distant relatives, made new acquaintances at far-flung rural events, and even started participating in online communities related to sustainable ranching, facilitated by the car's connectivity. The vehicle became a tangible manifestation of a profound internal shift, allowing him to envision a future where his remote life was not a barrier to connection, but a unique vantage point from which to embrace new possibilities. Reflecting on this journey so far, one discerns a profound reorientation, a subtle yet seismic shift in the very fabric of existence for someone once defined by the immense solitude of the land. What began as an improbable encounter, a whisper of the future manifesting in the heart of timeless wilderness, has proven to be far more than a mere exchange of objects. It has, in essence, initiated a quiet revolution, not of grand societal structures, but within the most intimate confines of personal experience. The narrative unfolds not as a simple tale of acquisition, but as an intricate study in the dissolution of long-held constraints, both physical and psychological. The weight of logistical anxieties, once a constant, unseen companion on every arduous journey, has begun to dissipate, replaced by a newfound fluidity of movement and a quiet confidence in the inherent reliability of a different kind of power. This transformation transcends the purely utilitarian. It delves into the realm of the emotional, unburdening the spirit from the relentless vigilance against the unexpected perils of isolation. Indeed, the very landscape, once perceived as an imposing barrier, starts to reveal itself anew through a lens of enhanced accessibility. The vast distances, previously a source of weary resignation, transform into stretches of mindful exploration, no longer solely dictated by the finite capacity of a fuel tank or the looming threat of mechanical failure. This subtle recalibration of perspective allows for an engagement with the environment that is less about survival and more about immersion, fostering a deeper, more resonant connection with the natural world that had always been present, but perhaps obscured by the constant hum of worry. Moreover, the inherent quietude of this new mode of traverse amplifies the subtle symphony of the wild, inviting a contemplative stillness that was once a luxury seldom afforded. Beyond the individual's direct experience, a compelling ripple effect emerges, subtly reknitting the social fabric of a life previously frayed by remoteness. The catalyst, initially a source of bewildered curiosity, evolves into an unlikely bridge, fostering conversations and connections where none might have existed before. This unexpected intersection of pioneering innovation with traditional living dismantles preconceived notions, not through direct challenge, but through lived experience. It demonstrates that the future is not a distant, exclusive domain, but a malleable concept capable of integrating seamlessly into, and indeed enriching, even the most seemingly anachronistic environments. The very act of adapting to this new paradigm becomes a testament to human resilience and adaptability, proving that the capacity for growth is boundless, irrespective of geographical boundaries. As these threads intertwine, a broader implication comes into sharper focus: the redefinition of self-reliance. No longer is it solely about rugged individualism in the face of scarcity, but rather about an empowered independence augmented by intelligent design. The capacity to generate one's own energy, to maintain connectivity through unseen networks, and to navigate with unprecedented ease speaks to a profound shift in the very essence of autonomy. This isn't merely about convenience. It's about reclaiming agency, about unlocking possibilities that were once deemed unattainable. The perceived dichotomy between leading-edge technology and a deeply rooted, land-based existence dissolves, revealing a synergistic potential that challenges our conventional understanding of progress. The silent hum of progress, once an abstract concept, becomes a tangible, daily reality, resonating deeply within the heart of an existence previously defined by the echoes of the past. Consequently, the path forward, illuminated by this extraordinary confluence, hints at a future where isolation is no longer an inevitable consequence of distance, and where the human spirit's yearning for connection finds unexpected avenues for fulfillment. The accumulated insights from this evolving narrative converge towards a singular, powerful understanding that transformation, profound and enduring, can be sparked by the most improbable gestures, opening doors to a world far richer and more interconnected than previously imagined. The true significance of this unfolding becomes clear as we contemplate the enduring power of foresight and the unexpected ways in which innovation can serve as a conduit for humanity's deepest needs. This convergence sets the stage for a final reflection on the broader implications of such a remarkable shift. The quiet hum of an electric motor, once an alien sound in the vast stillness of the Nevada desert, now echoes a profound truth. Transformation often arrives not through predictable pathways, but through the most improbable intersections of human vision and technological possibility. This narrative, seemingly confined to a remote ranch, expands to encompass a universal message about the human spirit's enduring need for connection and the surprising ways in which innovation can serve as its conduit. We have journeyed through the stark realities of isolation, witnessed the breaking point of old paradigms, and observe the astonishing ripple effect of a single, unexpected act of generosity. It is a testament to the idea that the future is not a distant, exclusive domain, but a malleable concept capable of integrating seamlessly into, and indeed enriching, even the most seemingly anachronistic environments. The shackles of distance and self-imposed solitude, once formidable barriers, begin to dissolve, not merely through improved logistics, but through a fundamental shift in perspective. A vehicle, in this context, transcends its mere function as transport. It becomes a tangible symbol of renewed agency, a silent companion on a journey of rediscovery, both of the world and of oneself. The psychological burden of constant vigilance against mechanical failure, of the anxiety tied to fuel scarcity in the vast emptiness, gives way to a quiet confidence, allowing the mind to wander beyond immediate survival to embrace broader horizons. This reorientation of daily life, from a struggle against the elements to an embrace of new possibilities, highlights how deeply intertwined our practical tools are with our emotional well-being and our capacity for human connection. This story challenges the deeply ingrained notion that progress is solely the domain of urban centers, demonstrating that its most potent impacts can resonate in the most unexpected and seemingly resistant environments. It is not just about bringing advanced machinery to remote areas. It is about recognizing the inherent capacity for adaptation and growth within every individual, regardless of their geographical circumstance. The integration of sustainable technologies, like the potential for solar-powered charging in a remote setting, further emphasizes a future where self-reliance is not just about enduring hardship, but about leveraging intelligent design to foster an